In today's video, guys, I'm going to be talking about things that I wish somebody told me before I went to the theater, or just things that I believe if I would have known, it would have made my theater experience less scary. So that's what I want to share with you. And if you're watching this because you're expecting or you're preparing for birth, congratulations, all the best. And you got this. My name is Masimbuthia and my content is about homemaking, motherhood, and lifestyle. So if that's something that resonates with you, please subscribe and give this video a like. It really does support my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I wish somebody had told me how it was going to be like in the theater. And this is how it was. Number one, as you headed to the theater, once you get to the theater door, you're not going to get in with your shoes. They are going to give you theater shoes, mostly Crocs. And then once you get in, you're going to sit on that bed, the theater bed, and the anesthesiologist, and that doctor who is in charge of anesthesia, is going to request you to bend down like this as you're seated like this, and then he gives you the spine injection. And guys, the spine injection is not painful. It's not painful. I wish someone told me that, because I was so afraid. You know, naturally I'm afraid of injections, so I was so much afraid. I thought it was going to hurt, but no, it's just like a prick. It's not painful. You can't even compare with those injections you get on your thighs or on your buttocks. No, this is just a prick. So don't be afraid of the injection. Is not painful. And then now after that, they're going to request you to lie down on that operating table. Is it a table or a bed? Then you're going to lie straight like this, looking up to the ceiling, and your arms are going to be spread like that. After some few seconds, they're going to ask you to lift your legs, and of course you can't, because the anesthesia will have kicked in. And then inserted the catheter. After that, after you lie down, they just take your dress and put it like there's like a wire. Is it a wire? Let me call it a wire for lack of a better word. And then your dress is the one that they hang on top there. So now, like here, around here, so now you can't see whatever is going on down there. And then they start sanitizing your stomach. Is it sanitizing? Yeah, sanitizing the stomach before they do the cut. And I have had people say the experience where the catheter was being inserted, it wasn't the best. You can always request the nurses to insert the catheter after the spine injection, so that you actually don't feel anything. For me, I requested, and that's what they did, and I was so grateful for that, because I didn't feel any discomfort. It's a bit uncomfortable since the catheter is going through your urethra, so it's a bit uncomfortable, but you can always request they do the catheter after the spine, so that you don't feel any pain. The other thing that I wish I knew is that you might experience nausea during the procedure. I didn't know that, and this time, since I was awake, I was so scared. But one thing you should always know when you go to the theater, the anesthesiologist is your best friend. He's usually by your side. You know, the rest of the doctors, since there is that drip, you can't see what they're doing there on the other side. The anesthesiologist is usually next to you, like seated right there. So whatever you feel, don't be afraid. Just tell him. I remember for me, after feeling the nausea, I told him, and he gave me some, you know, you have drips all over, so he put some dawa in the drip, so that, I think, to help control with the nausea. And after some time, it went down. Something else I experienced, I felt like I couldn't breathe. And it's not that I couldn't breathe, it's just a feeling, I think, because of the anesthesia, since it numbs all the way, like, I think from here down. So there is that feeling, but I had done my research and I had learned you should affirm yourself. And this is the affirmation that I kept saying: if I'm breathing, if I'm talking, I'm breathing. If I'm talking, I'm breathing. If I'm talking, I'm breathing. And also just communicating to that doctor to just, reassure you, because sometimes that's all you want. So make sure that doc is your friend. Talk to him. Whatever you're feeling, tell him. He's going to help, even if it's just with a reassurance. I wish somebody told me how fast they get the baby out. You guys, it's so fast. Like, I think the first 10 minutes or maybe 15 minutes, the baby is usually out. So in case you have a birth partner, I remember like the first time we were with hubby, I went into the theater and he went to take lunch. If only we knew it takes literally like 10 minutes to get the baby out, he would at least have waited, What takes time is to sew you up. It takes a lot, it takes forever. But I wish somebody told me I will feel a lot of tugging and movement and actually a lot of pressure when they are taking the baby out. Like, it's like things are just moving. They're just moving, but it's not painful. But the pressure when the baby is being lifted up, that one is a lot. So be prepared for that. After some time, I started shivering. Oh my god, I got the worst shivers of my life. I wish somebody told me it's completely normal. People do shiver, and the shiver is like a lot. My teeth were shattering, like, and the jaws were stiff. That is the worst. I think for me that was the worst part. I kept telling the anesthesiologist. I asked him whether it's normal or like was I dying. Like, oh my god, it was just so bad, the shivers. And let me tell you, the shivers don't end like immediately. They will lag on for a moment, even after they've finished and in the recovery ward for a bit, like maybe an hour or something, you'll still be shivering. So what they did in where I was, they gave me additional blankets, they gave me the room warmers. So I don't know whether that helped, but yeah, a lot of shivering. Be prepared for that. Also, just know in the first hour after delivering, they're going to monitor you closely. Like, I remember they had a machine connected to me to check the blood pressure, the oxygen levels, and they just kept on coming to check whether everything is okay. Now, I wish somebody told me I'll be expected to walk just few hours after my surgery. I think 8 hours. Is it 8 hours after surgery? You're expected to stand up and at least make some few steps. And let me tell you how that feels. It feels like you've literally been cut open, and it is so painful, especially just getting out of bed, leave alone walking. Getting out of bed is the worst part. It's so painful. What? It's so painful, but is for your good actually, because the earlier you start walking around, the faster you start your healing process, and actually it helps to prevent blood clots. Yeah, so it's actually good. But getting out of bed the first time, it is so painful and hard. It's basically so hard. Laughing, coughing, they are going to hurt. They're going to hurt so bad. I wish somebody had told me that, because the first time with the Asha, I coughed and I hadn't known how bad it. Oh my god, it hurts so bad. So what you can do is, whenever you feel like coughing or you're laughing, take a pillow and just press it against the wound. Not like press it so hard, but just like holding it like this. It will help to minimize that pain. So I also wish somebody had told me that you get random pains on your scar and inside the stomach. So I don't know whether it's because of like how everything was just moved, but you just get to random pains here and there. And at times, especially when like you are sleeping on this side and you want to turn to the other side, it's so painful, and it literally feels like the whole stomach is moving from this side to the other side. And I remember the first time I thought that was not normal. We were like, we're going to go and ask if you had a scan to see maybe whether they left something inside. I don't know, because literally it felt, if I'm sleeping from this side and I'm turning to the other side, it felt like everything now is moving like this, and it was super painful. But it doesn't take that long to heal. And also when you're breastfeeding, your uterus starts to contract, and that is also painful. Oh my god, it's so painful. And the funny thing, you're given a lot of medication, but that pain when the uterus is contracting, it is still there. It is still there. So be prepared for some bit of pain here and there. It's normal. Immediately after surgery, like those first few days, you are going to swell up like a balloon. Oh my goodness, I wish somebody told me that. I wouldn't have been so worried. At times I think I am an overthinker, so seeing my feet swollen, and for me throughout the pregnancy, nothing, my feet were okay, they were not swelling up. But now after delivery, my feet are swollen up, my fingers, even my face to some extent. Kidogo to face, kidogo. But the hands and the legs, kwanza, they were looking like giant tree trunks. Tree trunks. So it's completely normal. I think it's one of the side effects of the anesthesia. I don't know. But yeah, just know it's one of the things that will happen after your surgery. But definitely walking does help. So be on the move. Be on the move. I wish somebody told me that I will be numb just below and above the scar. And at times it sends weird sensations. As you touch, you have like weird sensations, like pain, just around that area. But for sure it is numb, and it takes time to feel normal. For me, it's far from feeling normal. It's still numb, by the way, just 2 months in. So so just know that it's part of the recovery. Last but not least, I wish somebody had told me it's normal for the incision site to feel itchy. It's actually one sign of healing, but you shouldn't like scratch it, just be gentle. And also know it takes some time for you to feel completely normal or completely yourself. Right now we are 2 months in, but still and I feel I don't push myself too hard. I want to completely heal before I get back to my normal things, working out, house chores, all those things. Yeah, so that's how it was for me. Those are some of the things that I felt. I wish I knew. It would have made my experience less fearful, because it shouldn't be that scary. It's not that scary, and you can actually go through it and get your baby. So that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed or learned a thing. Please give me a thumbs up, and let me see you on my next video. Bye.